One of the hardest part of content creation is not filming, it is not editing, but coming up with content ideas. Now, as someone who has been creating content for over 4 years, I can for sure tell you that coming up with content ideas is like running a marathon, like an endless marathon, because there's no stop. You have to keep coming up with ideas. Now, I have been doing content creation for over 4 years and it has not been easy. At the beginning stage of my content creation journey, it was so hard for me to keep up because coming up with ideas was a different ballgame. But now I can say I've mastered the art of coming up with content ideas because I've been coming up with ideas back to back lately and I'm so proud of myself. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you guys 7 ways I come up with content ideas and you will never run out of content ideas. Trust me on this one. Now, one of the ways I come up with content ideas is having conversations with people. As mundane as this sounds, it is a very good way to come up with ideas because when you're having conversation with people, you tend to just listen rather than want to speak, and you listen deep and listen in between lines. As a content creator, this has become like a skill that I've learned on this journey. When I'm having conversations with people, I tend to dig deep, listen to them and pick things from whatever it is they are saying to come up with ideas. Now, I create lifestyle content and this has somewhat helped me to come up with storylines, scripts, topics that I would regularly not even think about. But because I had conversations with certain people, like-minded people, or people that are also in the same line with what I do, it has helped me to come up with ideas. The other day, I was talking to somebody in church about a very very outside the box, like not even related to content creation. And then he said something that sparked my content mind. And I was like, wow, I never thought of this thing. It was so random. It was so random thoughts. But it did birth an idea in me that has helped me this far. Now, moving forward, I would advise you when you're having conversations with people, listen and dig deep. Be more intentional about the kind of conversations you're having with people so that way you'll be able to pick ideas from whatever it is you're saying or whatever conversation you're having with them. Tickets. If you do, let me know in the comment section. Now, another way I come up with content ideas is watching movies and reading books. Yes. I know you may have never thought of it. When I'm watching movies, I tend to read in between lines. You know, there are certain things that they would talk about that will strike my mind. I'm like, oh my God, I can actually talk about this thing. Do you understand? I can actually do this thing. I can actually make this and turn this thing into a video. See, content is everywhere within us. Content is everywhere around us. Content ideas are everywhere around us. You just need to look for it. You just need to be more intentional about it and they will be coming to you naturally. It started happening recently when I started watching a lot of movies and I was like, oh, maybe they say something, a line. I'm like, wait, what? The other day I was watching a movie on YouTube on Reschedule TV. It was a movie about her and her husband having issues with their child. Their child was a sickler and the man was dealing with a lot. She was so obsessed with him. And I was like, why are you obsessed with this guy? And I know this is something that is very I'm not married though, but I know this is something that a lot of married people go through where one partner is taking all the heavy weights and the other person is like blaming them for their situation. Like, bro, we are in this together, so why are you pushing this on me? That could be a topic if you're somebody who talks about marriage, relationships and all of that. It could be a topic that you could talk about why one partner takes the weight when it is both of us that is going through the same thing. Do you understand? So when you're watching movies or reading books, think like, don't just read for reading's sake. Read to learn, read to understand, and sometimes when you learn something from those books, turn it into a video. I was reading a book by Kenneth Copeland, The Laws of Prosperity, recently, and he said something. Prosperity isn't just about money and physical things we see. Your health, your spiritual life, your relationship with people too needs to prosper. So now that thing could be a different video on its own. I could come here and start talking about you don't have to have all the money to prosper in the world. And there are people that would, have a different idea about this thing. I will counter me and it will strike up conversations. When the conversation starts, when people start commenting, from there I then get another idea. And this leads me to the third way I come up with content ideas, which is reading through comments. When you're on Instagram, on TikTok, read through people's comments. People will leave their perspective about things and you may have a different perspective about this thing and this could be a topic on its own. Now, for instance, recently Marangin was being dragged, reacting to a video where a guy was talking about how men are not cared for when their wives put to bed. Like everybody, all the attention goes to the wife and the child, but the man is being neglected, and it sparks a whole lot a whole lot of people had a lot of things to say. Or you could go through comment sections and you see where people are leaving their ideas. And you might see just one comment that will strike your idea and be like, no, 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 no. You pick up a camera, you start talking about it. That is an idea. So when you're going through your TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, sometimes try to read comments, because ideas would be under comment sections. People are going to be asking questions. So just go there. If you're a lifestyle person, you like to chit chat, go under people like trending gist, trending topics, go under there. You see people's comments, go under those comments. You see one or two things that would trigger you and you would want to make a video about this. And now this also leads me to another way I get content ideas. Look for people under your niche, people that do the same thing that you do. Go under your comment sections as well and look for comments. Look for questions that people are asking. How can I edit my videos? Can I get a boyfriend? How can I make my marriage sweeter? How can I make my marriage more enjoyable? People ask questions every single day, and this has actually really helped me a lot coming up with content ideas, especially for this my new niche that I'm getting into, trying to teach people and let people know that these are the things that I am going through as a small content creator. You are also going through this thing. That's why you're watching this video right now. So I'm just sharing my journey on how I am growing, and then I watch people's videos and I see comments on it and I feel like, oh, I have an idea about this thing. I can talk about this thing, and I do it and I talk about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking about it. Now, another way I come up with content creation ideas is following people that are doing similar things with me. I go through their videos and I select topics from whatever it is they have said or whatever videos they are doing. I select topics from there that I know I can talk about confidently, or if I cannot confidently do it at the time, I watch videos, I read, I do research, and I make my own video from the topics that I have learned or that I have seen from other similar content creators. So say for instance, you're in the hair niche, you do natural hair things. You can follow people that do natural hair, or you're a small content creator and you just want to start. You can go through their page and what have they done before. But even things from like 5 years ago, you can just recreate those videos again. That's another way to get like video ideas that are endless. There are so many ways to get video ideas. Another way I come up with content ideas is thinking. Yes, I think. I dig deep. Like, what is it that I have been looking for, that I have been searching, that I have not seen online? What questions could people be asking? Or something that I'm asking that I'm looking for that I'm not seeing? I think to come up with ideas. I think, how can I tweak this thing? People are going left. How can I go right and still make sense? I still draw people to myself. Do you get? Think deep into your inner self. Think very well, and ideas will come out. What kind of content do I like to see that I'm not seeing? All of these things are things that help me come up with ideas. Now, another way that I come up with video ideas is with the help of ChatGPT, our best friend. Like right now, I feel coming up with ideas has been so simplified by ChatGPT. So now I may be thinking about something and I may not be able to put it in the right words, put it in the right way that I want it to come out. And I go to ChatGPT and I type, I'm thinking about so and so. Please, how can I come up with content ideas from so and so thing that I'm thinking of or thinking about? What are we going to be doing with that ChatGPT right now as content creators? ChatGPT has made everything so simple or more simplified and less stressful. ChatGPT will help you come up with ideas, help you script. ChatGPT will give you hook, top bullet points. We even give you word for word for what to say on your YouTube channel. We give you a call to action at the end. Tell you everything you need to do. So if you're stuck, you can as well use ChatGPT. I always use ChatGPT. When I come up with ideas or topics from other ways, I go to ChatGPT to modify my content ideas. Okay. Another way, this one is a bonus that I just came to my mind. This is why I say when you think. Another way I come up with ideas is from experiences that happens around me. Yes, experiences that happens around me. That I come up with ideas from that. Maybe I'm going somewhere and I see somebody driving crazy. I could pick up my phone. I'm like, people need to stop driving crazy. I know I'm not the only one that wants to talk about it. I think Charles Bond recently spoke about how people are always rushing in traffic. Like there's a traffic light. The traffic light does not even turn green. It just turned yellow and you're already. That's a content idea. And there are so many people that would relate to that because if you live in Lagos, you know how some drivers can be very crazy. So from things that are happening in your environment, things that are happening around you, you can as well get content ideas from there. And then if you're good at something, or people always ask you, oh, how can I do this? How can I do that? How can I do this? How, or let's say you're a baker, people keep asking you, how can I make fondants? Or how can I do this? How can I get toppings for my cakes? Most of my friends, they know I do content creation. So they would reach out to me and tell me, ask me, Tracy, how can I do this thing? How can I do that thing? And that was where the thing just came to my mind. Like, I can actually start talking about this thing. And that was what bettered me transitioning my channel from lifestyle to sharing great tips on how to grow as a content creator and how to grow on YouTube and how to, all of this is that I've been sharing recently. So this was what birthed this idea of content creation tips and growth and all of that. Okay, now I have said a whole lot in this video, and I hope you pick one or two of these things. If you have more questions, you have any video or any question, if you have a question that you'd like to ask, leave it in the comment section. And if you have other ways that you come up with content ideas as well, leave it in the comment section. And if you've been struggling on YouTube, honestly, you're making mistakes, your videos are not going well, you're not getting views, you're not getting subscribers, you might be making one of these mistakes that I made when I started YouTube. So go well to check this video right here so you don't make all of those mistakes. At this point, you need to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And thank you guys so much for sticking by till the end of this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.